Welcome to Business Law and Ethics online 8-week course. So what I'm showing you here is when you first log in into your Start Here tab, you will find the overview of the course, which is basically just the course description and what textbook we use. Here's a copy of the textbook, and it comes, if you buy it new from the bookstore, it comes bundled with an access code. That is optional. That MindTap access code is optional, not required. You can just find a used textbook, which is all that is required. There's a little Start Here quiz for some extra credit points. There's frequently asked questions that shows you how the grade is determined, which I will open that up. So you've got 4 tests that are each worth 100 points. You have an ethics project that is required for you to complete in order to pass this course, so you must do it for 120 points. A career selection project that ties into the ethics project for 40 points. And then each chapter you will have a case analysis to submit and a quiz to submit. They're worth 7.5 points each, and then I drop the lowest 2. So in total, it'll be 120 points that will come over at the end of the semester, factoring out those lowest 2 scores. And then each chapter has discussion posts at the end of the semester. I will run a report that shows me how many of those you participated in, and you can get up to 13 extra credit points there. Okay, then in your lessons tab, you will find the link to the MindTap course if you do have the access code, or if you have multiple Cengage courses in a semester, you could purchase Cengage Unlimited. If you have that, you would want to use this link to get to the e-textbook. Here is your career selection project, which will be due in week 3. And then all the information that you need to know about the project are located in this file folder. So you will refer to that when you are getting ready to complete that project. Same with your ethics project. Everything you need to know about the ethics project is also in this file folder. Let's see if we can open that up. It'd be nice if that showed a little differently. Oh, it's a different document. Okay, so this is a document. I might put it out there though so you can just see it. But again, it gives you the background of what you need to do. It shows you how the points are awarded and what the expectations are you needing to complete in order to get a good grade on that. Okay. Then if we come back to our lessons tab, then each week you are going to have a file folder. So then, Monday of that week, you should open this up. And then inside that file folder, there's going to be 2 additional file folders. One covers all the materials that you need to look over. So there's an overview of the chapter. Then there's a YouTube video where I give you a lecture on what the chapter is about. And it ties into the chapter PowerPoint, but I also provide that to you separately in case you want to pull information out of it or make notes or things like that. Then there's some detailed chapter notes that are provided by the publisher. So these give you a ton of information. And that's what I have for each chapter. So each chapter you'll have an overview, a lecture, a PowerPoint, and then those detailed publisher notes available to you. Okay, then we go back, and then the other file folder has all of your assignments. So then you'll go through these assignments. Each chapter has a chapter quiz that you'll complete in Blackboard. It has cases that you go to the textbook to complete. So you'll go to the back of the textbook and you'll look for these learning objective questions and these business scenario and case problems. And then you can either do your answers in a Word document and attach it, or there is a text box. I would prefer that you use the Word document. The thing that you don't want to use is there's also a comment box. The comment box is more designed for me to give you feedback on your grade. The text box is where you could type in your answer or again upload a document. And then there'll be a discussion for each chapter, and those are just worth 1 extra credit point. And then each chapter is set up that same way with an assignment, a quiz, and a discussion post. So depending on how many chapters we cover in a week, like in this case, you're going to have 3 chapters that we're covering, so you're going to have 6 assignments that are due. And they're always due Monday at midnight, so that way you have the weekend and then plus an additional day, except for when we get to our final week. So when we get to our final week, it's going to be due on Saturday because, and if I open that up, you'll see in here, I have it big and bold. But Saturday is the last day of the semester, so I can't let you go till Monday. It's got to be done on Saturday. So just kind of keep that in mind. Your tests will also be taken in Blackboard. So with this 8-week class, there's basically a test at the end of every other week. So in week 2's assignments, you'll see I have a couple chapters that you're covering that are going to be on that test. So you'll still have your quiz, your assignments, and your discussion. But then here you'll have test 1. And it is timed, so you have 60 minutes to complete it. It's primarily multiple choice questions. There's a handful of true and false. And then there's 2 to 3 essays. I think normally 3 essays are short answers. And the questions are going to randomize, so you could get an essay right at the beginning. I mean, they're going to be intermingled in there. So you want to make good use of your time for those tests. The quiz can provide you some comparable questions, but they will not be the same. The test questions are unique and original. The quiz questions come from our textbook publisher bank. But they're comparable in how they're set up and kind of how they're worded. So hopefully taking the quizzes will at least kind of prepare you at least for the rigor of how the test questions are. And then also, if I go back into this week 2, if I go into the materials, you'll see that you have a review sheet. So down here after all of my chapters, you'll see here's a test 1 review. So if I open this up, it's a Word document. But so you could go through when you're studying for the test, not only complete all your chapter quizzes, but go through this review sheet and you could take notes. You can write anything you want. When you're taking your test online at home, obviously I can't see what resources you're using, but I do know that you're not going to have a ton of time with the 60 minutes. But you can go ahead and go through these and kind of write out whatever notes you think might help you, so that then that might streamline your ability to kind of have just a little bit of a review sheet or some of the material that if you struggle with a question, you could go back to. So then those are all located for you there. And then your due dates are all going to be in this calendar tab. So you always want to double check that. Let me see. If you go down though here on this, oh, sorry, I keep going past it. This course calendar. So all your due dates will be outlined in there for you to double check when they are due. And then also the announcements. Every week I'm going to have an announcement for you that'll show up on your home page. And then it'll tell you what week we are currently in case you start to get, confused. Are we week 2 or week 3? The announcement is always going to introduce what week you are in, so that then when you go to your lessons tab, you'll know exactly which week you should be working on. Okay, so that is it for the 8-week business law class, and good luck.